2 days ago at the Kazana temple. Oba-chan, Oba-chan, said old woman calmly glanced up from her book as a young teenage girl with long black hair wearing a traditional shrine maiden outfit entered the room. What is it, Madako? Otsu asked kindly as the young girl handed an envelope. It's a letter from Auntie Yin-chan, Madako exclaimed excitedly. Oh, how exciting! I hope she's doing well, Otsu says, opening the envelope letter. Hey, Oba-chan, how's it going? Me? I'm doing fine. I became a demon slayer alongside Ko. Anyways, just wanted to let you know that we've decided to have our wedding in 3 days. It will be held in the afternoon at Shinto-Horoi Shrine near Ishimigen Bridge. Pray you'll be able to make it. Lots of love. Yin. Smiling warmly, Otsu smiled at the letter and stood. Maidoko? Go and tell your father that I'll be gone for a few days. Why? Did something happen to Auntie Yin? The young girl asked, slightly hoping that everything's okay. Otsu kindly gave the young girl a reassuring nod. Yin is getting married soon, which is why I'm leaving. Asisuka is a long way on foot, so I'm leaving early, Otsu exclaimed. Monika nodded in understanding before leaving as told, whilst the elder woman went to go pack her things. Present day. Lady Furusawa, Koju exclaims happily before steering over towards the older woman. Young Rengoku-san, oh, it's so good to see you again, Otsu says, and said flame-haired man wasted absolutely no time in embracing her. It's so good to see you as well, Oba-chan. I'm so happy you made it, Kojiro says, smiling brightly. Of course, I wouldn't dare miss my own daughter and son-in-law's special day, she says with a grin. Kojiro smiles at the word son-in-law. Just the word alone made his heart fill with overwhelming joy. Thank you, Oba-chan. Him? Uzui clears his throat, causing Kojiro to glance to see all of his friends looking at him in confusion. Aren't you going to introduce us? The sound Hashira asks. Sorry about that. Kojiro grins bashfully, having almost forgotten about everyone. Everyone, this is Lady Furusawa Otsu. She is Yin's guardian and foster mother. He introduces, causing everyone to wave hello. She goes by Oba-chan, he adds before introducing Otsu to everyone. Otsu, these are my friends and fellow Hashira, he introduced as everyone greeted back, saying their last and first names individually. The said older woman smiles and waves at everyone. It's so nice to finally meet you all, and such mighty fine warriors, strong and fierce. Just what I expected from the new generation of Hashira. And this one here is my little brother, Rengoku Senjiro. Kojiro introduces the mini Rengoku beside him as the young boy shyly greeted back. Oh my, I can certainly see the strong family resemblance. Those Rengoku genes are strong, she commented. Otsu? The older woman suddenly glanced to see a young man slowly approach her, her eyes wide upon realizing the familiar face. Udurashiki-sama. Otsu, is it really you? The blind man slowly asked. Well, bless my soul, Kayaka. It's been a long time. A joyous smile crossed her lips at the sight of him as Kayaka stood in front of her. Everyone, including Kojiro, slightly looked up in awe, knowing every well that these two knew each other. It was like watching a child reunite with its mother as their Okiyatama-sama slowly raised his hands, gently cupping the kind old lady's face. Kayaka gently caressed along her face, his fingertips feeling every line, wrinkle, and detail of her skin. Otsu finally stared up at her longtime friend, taking note of the discoloration of dying tissue on his face and his milky white eyes that were once a beautiful shade of lavender. She couldn't help but smile sympathetically, placing one of her hands onto his, marveling at how yet soft but rough his skin was. Oba-chan, Kayaka says softly, snapping Otsu from her thoughts. I am old, Kayaka. The words slipped from her mouth, though she just needed something to distract herself from the dull ache in her heart. The blind leader of the demon-slaying corps smiles fondly, wiping away a tear that ran down her cheek. So am I, he tells her softly. I'm surprised you haven't forgotten an old owl like me. I could never forget my friend. A crow does have a good memory, after all. And how much you've grown. Back then you were so small, and now you're over my head. She chuckles, gently caressing his cheek. At this, Kayaka leans in to touch her, a sigh leaving his lips. Unfortunately, my body is slowly failing. That insufferable curse mark may have taken away your sight, but you are still as beautiful as the day I had met you. Excuse me? Saying this right in front of his wife? Wow, she says, and soon gave him a sad look. For years I have shown a fine of cure, but with no luck. The only thing I can do is ease your pain and slow its process, she tells him. Kayaka gives her a tearful smile. Thank you, Soul Hashira. Even if my body breaks, my smile and feelings will forever remain. A wise old owl once said that. His words touched her heart greatly, recalling the cherished memory of her telling him that a long time ago, after all these years, he was still her little crow. Everyone's eyes went at the words, Soul Hashira, as a silent gasp hung in the air. No one hasn't called me that name in ages, Otsu smiled. Yes, after you brought me back home, I discovered old records of previous Hashira from the past, and that's how I knew. You're just as vigorous and clever as ever, Kayaka, my little crow. She beams and then turns her attention towards the woman and the children behind her. Goodness, what a beautiful family you have. Yes, my family, Kayaka says before gesturing them to come closer. Oba-chan, I'd like you to introduce you to my lovely wife and children. His wife, Lady Amai, simply bowed. Nice to meet you. I am Udarashiki Amai. She greets. Amai, Otsu repeated. Such a beautiful young lady you are. Pleasure to meet you as well. I am Fuisawa Otsu. The older woman introduced and bowed as well. And these are my children, my daughters. I'm gonna butcher all of their names. I'm so sorry. Hina, Nichikaye, Kunesoma, and Katena. And my only son, Karakaya. Kayaka introduces them all as they shyly waved and politely said hello to the old woman. How delightful. Nice to meet you all. Otsu says with a smile. Oba-chan? Kojiro suddenly interrupted as a said woman glanced at him. Huh? What is it, Rengoku-san? You used to be a Hashira? He asked, stunned. Otsu, knowing that there was no use in hiding the truth anymore, nods. Unfortunately, yes, I used to be a Hashira of the Demon Course a long time ago, she confirms. I was only 15 when I first joined and was the youngest of the tribe. I entitled the title Soul Hashira after I learned the soul breathing, which originates technique used for healing. Unfortunately, after the incident of the Okyaku, I resigned from the demon slaying course. To this day, I still carry the burden of those who gave their lives because of that product, she exclaims. But enough about me. She quickly exchanges the subject. Today's your wedding day, and it's supposed to be a day all about you and Yin-chan, she says happily. Kojiro couldn't help but agree. Indeed, today's a day of love and celebration, but only for him and his wife-to-be. But for his friends as well. Here they come, Obanai suddenly announces as everyone, including Kojiro, quickly glances to see Yin and the other girls approaching. Oh no. When Kojiro saw Yin in her wedding kimono, he nearly forgot how to breathe. She looked absolutely beautiful. that he swore his heart was about to stop beating at the sight of her. If he thought that he was going to burst into flames earlier, then the feeling coursing through him right now was nothing like he ever felt before. He felt like the sun. Inwardly, Kojiro wasn't the only one awestruck. Both Uzui and Obanai were gawking as well. Uzui at the sight of his wives, and Obanai at the sight of Mitsuri, of course. And how pretty they looked in their kimonos. Kojiro watched Yin's beautiful eye-colored eyes lit up with joy and gazed her lips. He so desperately wanted to reach out and touch her, but held himself back in fear that he might mess up something, or that she might disappear like some illusion conjured up by his own foolish mind. A mockery of his heart's desire of what he desperately wanted. Kojiro thought that this was going to be a cakewalk, but he was certainly wrong. Just the way you looked as enticing him to hold his hand out and feel the silky material of your ochikan. Fuck, you look so beautiful wearing his colors. Oba-chan, you suddenly explained excitedly as you approached, only to briefly ignore Kojiro. Oopsies, walking past him, embracing the woman beside him. You made it, you say. Of course, I wouldn't dare miss my daughter's wedding day. Otsu replies. You can help but tear up at that, before hugging your mother again. Already this day was perfect, as you then turn to face your flaming groom, your lover, your husband. His colors were of white, black, and silver, whereas yours red, orange, and gold. And once Kojiro looked onto your eyes, he swears his soul left his body and floated away towards the heaven. There was so much love dancing in both your unshakable gazes that it was too much to take in. At that very moment, Kojiro almost broke out in tears. Almost, but he failed. A tear escaped and rolled down his cheeks. Ko, you say worriedly, your voice battering, bringing him back to reality as a breathless laugh pressed his lips, which soon became soft as giggles. Told ya he was going to be speechless, Sume whispered to the other girls. The women slowly exchanged quiet giggles, even the boys, and even including Gyu. Didn't help but also chuckles as Kojiro dumbstruck in reaction towards his soon-to-be wife. You smiled. Am I that ugly to reduce your tears, Kojiro? You say, jokingly, though you were only trying to lighten the mood to prevent the urge to cry up a storm yourself. You sure as hell didn't want your mascara to run and look like a panda. You're not ugly. You're breathtakingly beautiful, my sweet flame, Kojiro exclaims, wiping away his tears and giving you that unusual joyous grin. Unable to resist the urge, he gently caressed your cheek, rejoicing at the feeling of your soft skin against his fingertips. The heavens must be missing an angel. You're far too radiant for words, my love, he tells you. God, it was taking everything in you not to kiss him right now. Your lips itch to feel his mouth against yours. Save that for later, you two. There's children watching. Uzui's voice cut out, though, through the slight air, which had the bride and groom blushing in embarrassment. Right. Shall we, my love? Kojiro asked, offering you his arm, which you didn't hesitate to link into yours. Yeah, let's, you say happily. You were ready to become Miss Ian Rengoku, and Kojiro beamed brightly as you both, along with your friends and family, started on the path towards Shintori Shrine. Let us start to your marriage life begins now. Hey guys, so as of today, I'm recording this for me Sunday. So today it should be out on Monday for me, but today I am so scared because I am going, okay, you guys are probably gonna be like, oh my god, she hasn't done this yet, but I'm taking like a 2 weeks, I don't know why it has to be 2 weeks, but it's like a 2 weeks driver's test thingamabob, and holy moly, I am so scared. Please wish me luck. So I'm sorry if there's no videos this week or next week. I'm just super nervous and may or may not be tired. But anyways, I love you guys all so much, and hopefully I will post. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. Bye, lovelies. Mwah.